Welcome to the Divine Healing Channel. If you're new here, I just want to explain a little bit of how my readings go. So usually Spirit has me pull out a card. I set it aside, or a book or a poem or whatever. I set it aside, and at the end of the reading I will read that, and it will talk about everything that was in the reading or highlight all the main parts of the reading. So with that, I'm just going to begin. If you mind hitting the like button, it does help, and share too. It helps with the algorithm to push the video out. It does help the channel a little bit. If you wouldn't mind doing that, that would be great. Spirit. Oh yeah, they want me to center. So let me just start with that. Now, I did a little meditation. I wasn't really sure what this reading was going to be about, but they had me put on this music, and on it, it has a phoenix. So this music here, it's for cleansing the body of black bindings. So I don't know what that's about. All right, Spirit, I'm just going to get into this. I call upon universe consciousness of the highest realms for the highest good of humanity to work through me. Allow me the privilege to channel for only the purest light of source, and allow me to channel in a way that also serves my highest good. I ask the universe protection from negative energies, and I call upon Mother Earth Gaia to ground me and connect to source through me. With that, if my guides are ready, I'm ready. I heard I am ready, so I only have my guide here with me right now. I'm not sure who's going to deliver this message. It could just be my guide. It usually isn't, though. My guide usually is just the doorkeeper. I'll just call her, that. Now, what was coming up in the cards repeatedly for me too was the Phoenix came up a couple times, but also about taking the time to heal, taking the responsibility for your own healing, to looking for a place to start is what I kept hearing. So Spirit wanted me to read this here from what's in this, the Dream Weavers, and it says in it, you are more than you know, meant for magical meaningful life. And then on this one says, you are the magic you're looking for. So you might be looking elsewhere for things. I don't know. One of these. Well, that was quick. Principalities, spiritual study is essential. You are on a path of great learning. You have already gained so much understanding from your spiritual encounters and experiences, but in order to become the teacher you were born to be, more study is required. Take the time to dive into spiritual books, texts, study them carefully, for they are here to help you understand fully some of the processes you have experienced naturally. And an activation is, I am willing to learn in order to teach. So I'm just going to leave you right there. Okay, so that's that one. Spirit, and Gaia that kept coming out too in one of the decks. So it might have a lot to do with Gaia too. So yeah, if you're going to be studying those texts like they said, I'm still actually studying them. I'm still learning them. There's a lot of information, but I mean, you have to use your own discernment too, right? If the taste is sweet and good. That's that honey. What is this? Weavers know that all is God. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what these cards are about, but it's been a long time since I've even held these cards. All right, Spirit. Just one. When you're neither here nor there. Wow. That's interesting. Wonder if that has to do with being in the present. So if you're not here and you're not there. It's a really cool card, though. That's the only card, Spirit. It's on the bottom. This one came out when I was cutting it all earlier. All the threads of fate must blend. If the dogs come circling round. I don't know what. It's just the one card. Yes. Okay. I'm not really sure what their the reading's going to be about today. It's trying to cut there. Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, and teacher. These might be the things that, and that's maybe why you need to do more of the more spiritual studying, deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. Yeah. You have to rest in between too. In between the, I think the angels are here because, I got a chill of my whole entire body here. Okay, Spirit. Is there another one for Sisterhood of the Rose? No. Wait, postpone, pause, say no. Okay. Get grounded. Yeah. That's with Gaia. See, they just keep going on about don't dim to fit in. That they keep talking about that. They keep talking about the devotion here, like to put your energy. It's why you're here nor there. Yeah. You're on the path of great learning. You've already gained so much understanding. Yeah, in order to become the teacher, the study is required. Yeah, you have to do all that studying. And you have to have the devotion to do it, to continue. And I talked about grounding with Gaia. Council of Light, divine orchestration helpers in the subtle realms. Yeah, they're here to assist. Maybe it's the Ascended Masters that are here, the teachers. That's why they brought up about to become a teacher. It's these ones. And trust the niggle. The great gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits. Soul tribe. Break the chain. Yeah, you know, this great gathering, I get the chills. There was a calling a few months back. Why do I think it was in November? Maybe it was December. I can't remember. There was like a great gathering that occurred. The Ascendant Masters come and invited it. You know, you were invited to come to this great gathering, and I went. And it was, I mean, this sounds really bizarro, but Merlin showed up and led me in a meditation there. And yeah, it was just, I mean, I didn't see anybody else. I didn't really understand what the whole thing was or what was going on, but yeah. Okay, Spirit, what is it you're trying to tell us here? Okay, so Sisterhood of the Rose, Beauty and Devotion, Priestess, Mystic, and Teacher. That's for everyone out there this is for all the people that are awakening. Your mystics, your teachers, your priestesses, like you're probably doing a lot of studying at this time. Empaths, highly sensitives connect with nature. So you probably spend a lot of time in nature and to stay grounded. And that's why I have that picture here. That's why Spirit had me bring that out and talk about Gaia before these cards come out. And the divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. That's all those ancestors and ascendant masters. It's all of them. They're all there. Trust the niggle, which what is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? And that comes right under priestess, mystic, and teacher. I don't know why I have the hiccups. It's weird. This one is don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? The great gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits. Soul tribe. Okay. All right. Let's find out what's going on here, Spirit. What next? They want me to read this one here. When you're neither here nor there. That's number 42. Number 42. Dreamweavers. Okay. I'm going to assume that you can see that really well. Here, I'm just going to stand that here so you can see that card. Okay. So the essential meaning is the period of time between what was and what you are moving toward. Not quite there yet. Being present for every step of the journey. So it says here, are you feeling a little lost because your goals and intentions seem so far away? You know you cannot live your old life anymore. So that one foot still in the past and one reaching for the future, you discover you're an in-between world. This place still has flavors of your past, but it's also brightly colored by the glittering dreams for your future. You're just not there yet. This is a wondrous place to explore, for this is where you get to reconsider your past, choosing to see it as sacred and beautiful and not something to discard or run away from. If you can bless all that has been, my eyes are getting blurry, sorry. If you can bless all that has brought you here right now, you'll see your time between worlds will not be long at all. So you'll see time between worlds will not be long at all. Is there anything at all you need to release in this liminal space? Do you need to cut any cords to old thinking? Are any of your old stories or unfinished business niggling at you? Now is the perfect time to consider an inventory to ensure you're not bringing any old baggage forward onto this journey with you. Most important, you must see how far you've come. You are an extraordinary being of light, blessed by the universe, here on purpose. Trust your dreams and desires are sacred. They matter, and in the perfect form, they will arise to greet you on the other side of the in-between, where you may sometimes feel you're neither here nor there. Bring yourself to this moment and make effective use of it. Bless your life. You have nothing to lose on this adventure. So, honestly, that was sort of what the message that I was getting, like, about the moving forward spiritually. Like, you might feel like you're stuck and what you're doing is not getting you anywhere, or you're not going anywhere, but you know, dealing with the past, it's not easy, especially if your past has been very hard. It takes time to heal, and you know, like, you can only heal what is like in your present moment at the time. So whatever opens to you in that moment, and you know, cry about it and heal it and move on. And then, you know, maybe, you know, you think you're over it and you're past it, but then something will come up later down the line, and that opens that wound back up. And, you know, maybe that wound is not as hard the next time. However, every time you clear away a little of the old, it makes room for the new. And, you know, the Council of Light, the you know, everyone here is, you know, ready for you. You know, they're just saying, stay grounded and don't dim your light to fit in anywhere. If people don't accept you for who you are, then they're not your people. And that's why over here it's the Great Gathering, because it's all coming together. Intuitive hits, Soul Tribe. And if you're on this, listening to this video right now, if you're here, it's not by coincidence. Your guides have brought you here. Your angels have led you here. Your ascended masters have led you here. You know, your ancestors have led you here so that you can hear this message today in this time that you need it. Now, they're not talking about doing a lot of things here. They're just really talking about, you know, getting grounded with Gaia and doing some studying. You know, maybe study about some of these ancient ascended masters and stuff. And, you know, things will start to come together for you. I mean, you'll at least become aware of all the energies and what those energies represent, and how to use those energies, and how to develop your own intuition to connect with all those energies. It's, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot to learn. And then that doesn't even include any of the astrological stuff. Now, mind you, had we been taught a lot of this stuff as children, which is really what school should have been. School should have been teaching us about the energy that's in the universe, and how that energy, we can manipulate that with our thoughts and feelings and things like that. We were never taught that, you know, and now people are just, you know, suffering, and they don't know where to turn. They don't know where to go. And, you know, many turn to God because of it. And that's what these readings are for. These are for all the people that didn't know where to go, and they've been, you know, trying to figure it out, and, you know, they just don't feel like anything's actually working for them. But, you know, they're just saying here that you're not in the past, you're not in the future, so you can't jump on that new timeline yet, because you need to do some more spiritual education. You know, you can't become a teacher without that education behind you, right? So you can't lead others. But you can definitely, like, study and find, like, your soul tribe. You maybe feel alone too. You probably feel isolated just because, you know, like, You know, it's here, you know, don't be dim in your light in order to fit in. Okay, Spirit, what else? I want to get a little personal here. I don't know what that means. Okay, they're asking me to bring out this deck here. And this deck is, I don't know if you can see that. Della Luna. So you want one for every. Allow for time and space. Yeah. Again, they're mentioning about yeah, you know, I'm pretty sure that you've been getting a lot of unresolved issues, just like I was talking about the past. You're thinking about, you know, like all those times that you've had that gut feeling and you didn't trust it, but now I think you might be on resolved issues. And there's the two doves. It says pride keeps us apart. Okay. So there's some unresolved issues here. And pride keeps us apart. You will overcome this though. Oh, what's this here? There are other priorities. I think that's what your niggling is telling you, that there's other priorities. That's to do the studying. Overstep boundaries, yeah. Okay, Spirit, let's get grounded. Allow for time and space. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature and allow for that time and that space. But it was in reverse. So I think that's what you're being called to do. You're not allowing for that time and space. If you don't take that, like make it part of your everyday. But see, it's hard, I know, when you're you know, working and you're raising kids and you have jobs and businesses and, you know, it's just all those human things that have to be taken care of, you know, between the pets and the maintenance of your home and all that. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot to find that time. But see, the thing is, finding that time is for you, because I know you find that time for your husbands and your wives and your families and your kids and all that. But, you know, it's really important to take that time for yourself, because that you know, unfortunately we have never been raised to believe that, but it is absolutely true to take that me time. Someone has unmet needs. Yeah, see, look, don't dim in to fit in. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? And what ends up happening is you end up with your needs are not being met. Because you're trying to lower your energy to fit in with other people that you probably don't even belong. And then, you know, it just, it just makes it even harder, except for all it is worth. Yeah. That's what they're trying to tell you here. Someone is unhappy. Okay. Whoa. Spirit. So this comes out on Council of Light. I was disillusioned. I was disillusioned. Divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. Maybe you were disillusioned that at some point that these energies could intervene and help you. Maybe at one point you were because it says I was disillusioned. Yeah, we all were. It's not just you, all of us. Oh, look, the sun too. Trust the universe. Look, the great gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits. Troll. What is that? Soul tribes. Am I talking about a troll? And I know that I picked it up. But it did come out in the way it caught my sweater. It's in the upright. Trust the universe. And it's the sun. I even have the sun on my ring. And you'll notice that this is like on this side, like this is talking about that you're not here, they're there. And they're talking about like on this side of the unicorn, like on this side, they're talking about, you know, you have other priorities. There's things that are unresolved. You know, you're needing to allow for the time for yourself. You know, don't dim, like, you know, your needs are being unmet because you're trying to fit in where you don't belong. Like, just like this feather, like it doesn't fit in this outline that's been made for it. The feather doesn't fit in it. So it's always going to be on the outside of it. It's never going to fit in. And then, you know, this one on this side is talking about like literally, it's literally, and see how the car, and I don't even know why these, and look, honest to God, look, even this little pendulum here is the tree of life, yeah, Mother Earth, what you ground into. So, sorry, and this card is actually talking about, and it comes right above here about all these ascendant masters and how you were disillusioned about them. It talks about the great gathering of the, you know, intuitive hits, trust the universe, and then how to study about the universe, like study spiritual, principalities. Spiritual study is essential. So that is on this side, and this comes onto this side. Okay, Spirit, is there anything else here? Yeah, it's all for your highest good. That's like a singing bowl there, see? Yeah, and Saturn, that can't split out on Saturn before. We will overcome this. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let's find out what the resolved issues are that need to be discussed. Look, candles in reverse too. You didn't mean it. It was in reverse. Inconsistencies. Yeah, because it explains why it's inconsistencies here, because it says unresolved issues here, but then it came up here. You didn't mean it, but it was in reverse. So that's saying that you did mean it. Or maybe that person meant it. Whatever this unresolved issues, they meant it. But it's all the inconsistencies, perhaps, that, and you're just like, but I have other priorities here. Okay, Spirit. Ignoring the pain. And that's what's going on. These unresolved issues. Unlock your potentials. Yeah. If you resolve these issues here, they're saying that it'll unlock all your potentials. Yeah, changes will be made, but it's in reverse. Changes can't be made until this resolve, the stuff that's this unresolved issues here. It's all stemming from these all unresolved issues. You feel like you have other priorities, you know, because life is busy and you just can't always deal with, you know, past traumas because, you know, sometimes that other person that you're trying to resolve things with, they're not ready either. And I'm really not sure how Spirit expects you to resolve issues if that other person isn't willing to resolve them. Or maybe you don't have to that you don't have to resolve them with them. You just have to resolve it within yourself, is what I heard. Don't worry about their healing. Worry about your own. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, Spirit. What else? Drawing me to this deck. Oh, what is going on here? Let's see here. This is the deck I created called A Little Bird Told Me. I made several decks actually. And, no, Freedom, Alchemist, and they were just talking about something about being free here, weren't they? I thought there was something about freedom here. Ugh, I don't know now. Okay. All right, Spirit. What does our soul tribe need to know here? You know, I know there's a lot of suffering going on in the world right now, and it's not easy for anyone, I don't think. I think everybody's doing a little bit of struggling, or a lot of struggling. And the world has really changed a lot in the past 4 or 5 years, and, you know, that's a lot to deal with. I mean, you know, your whole world's turned upside down, really. Okay, so unresolved issues, Spirit. On top of Sisterhood of the Rose, Beauty and Devotion, Priestess, Mystic, and Teacher. And it doesn't have to be just a sisterhood. It can be the brotherhood too, because energy is energy. Okay, Spirit. Unresolved issues. Watch your back. Maybe because it was a very negative thing going on, and you didn't want. That's why you don't want to deal with it. That's why you've been ignoring the pain. Knowledge is power if you know how to apply it. That goes over here. Attacking character by gaslighting. That's why you have other priorities. You can't be bothered in this kind of old stuff anymore. Be mindful of self-thoughts and doubts. See, and then it comes up in reverse too, on top of allow for time. You're struggling with having to deal with, yeah, look, and then you got deep knowing here too. Yeah, I think you know that you don't fit in here. I think you know all of this. Spiritual team has a message for you, though. I want you to trust the universe. All right, Spirit. Look, and then watch your back. Dangerous comes right out. So it's kind of hard to resolve issues when you're in this kind of situation. So this attacking put you in a hermit energy because you felt that there were other priorities over this stabbed in your back. And I guess that again came in reverse. So you don't feel like you were stabbed in your back. don't know, maybe that's where that confusion, the back and forth, that's why that card came out about the back and forth with the ship there. What was that? The ship? Where's that? Something with that ship. Ugh, I don't know where it is now. Should have kept it out, I suppose. All right. What's this deep knowing, Spirit? I think it's like you're... it's like... I just want to feel like say that you don't want to accept who you are. But you have this deep knowing. But they're telling you not to dim your light to fit in. Because somebody has unmet needs. You're like dimming who you are. But that's why you don't feel accepted. Because you're not being truly who you really... Yeah, the unseen pain. Someone has unmet needs. Deep knowing of the unseen pain. Channel the divine. That's knowledge is power. If you know how to apply it, then you can channel. Something about November. Spiritual team has a message. I mean, this could be a birth month, or maybe you were awakened. Your awakening started in November. I'm not really sure what November is. Okay, Spirit. Maybe it's because November is the beginning of winter. Maybe that's when a lot of things started happening for you. Maybe that deep knowing and, you know, trying to trust your intuition. Ancestors are helping. That did spin and that came out in reverse, Spirit. They told me to put it back. Okay, Spirit. What is watch your back and dangerous? What is this about? Oh, geez. Yeah, that is for you to just finally resolve that. Resolve it. I mean, you don't have to do anything with that person, because clearly this might be obviously it's a dangerous situation, but it's also dangerous for your soul too, to not put this to rest, to allow this to rest in peace. This energy here, they're really pushing you to resolve these issues. Lost souls. Look, lost souls goes there. Fireflies goes up here. Fireflies means like there's always that little bit of light. And that's why they're saying to get grounded into Gaia, allow for that space, allow for that little spark of light for yourself. This little bit of light here in these fireflies, that's just that little bit of light that you need to know to focus on. Focus on that little bit of light and ground to Gaia. Go into a meditation. Put a candle in front of you in a safe dish that won't burn anything or burn you. And, you know, you just watch that flame and then close your eyes and keep that flame pictured in your mind and call in God, however you want to do it. Call in Gaia and root yourself and, you know, and try to clear that mind and get into your deep knowing, and you'll receive messages. Because and then unseen pain here, it comes up, I forgive you, but I can't be a part of, you can't be a part of my energy. And that is what you need to do for this energy. So if you go for this, if you try to put this energy to rest, you just focus on that little glimmer of light that you have. Don't worry about the niggling about this person, like, and this is what's going on here. I think what they're saying is, like, they're saying to trust that niggle, but this niggle, and because if they keep bringing all this up, they keep going on about, like, something about attacking your character by gaslighting you, and that you went into a hermit mode, and, you know, you realize that, you know, like, you either lost your soul or they are lost souls, either one. And you know, like, you're just like, there are other priorities than dealing with whatever is going on with this past. However, you know, that niggling of them coming back into your energy, into your mind, into your heart, you know, that's going to keep coming back until you're able to put this to rest. So, you know, you start focusing, use this little bit of light they're talking about, and you know, like right here, they have you sitting, you know, I don't know what that cross leg, there's a certain name for that sitting, that meditation sitting thing. You know, if you get into that, and then you're just, by the time you do all that and you forgive this, and you're able to walk away with the clear conscience, basically. And yeah, and somebody's not getting their needs met, but, you know, you're just going to get to a degree where you're just like, you're going to get all this education. You're going to be like, okay, I forgive you, but you can't be a part of my energy because you're just not healed enough. Like, this person, like, you have to watch your back with them. Like, you know, this person is dangerous for your energy. Now, that doesn't mean that they, you know, would physically hurt you, but I mean, physical healing heals. Like, you know, you break a finger or you break an arm, or, I mean, it does heal. And yeah, you get memories of that break, but the pain kind of goes away from that. You just remember, oh, it was probably the worst pain I felt. But honestly, when somebody tears your heart out and stomps all over it, and then, you know, grinds it and then burns it, and then, like, reignites it and then burns it again, like, that kind of pain is way worse, because that is a lasting pain. That is something that sears into your psyche. And then not only that, it teaches you terrible things about yourself. It tells you to think bad things about yourself, because it manipulates you. And then, you know, it's really hard to heal from that, because that pain is trapped in your DNA too. It gets right down into your DNA. I'm not even joking, because we're mainly made out of water, and water holds memory. And, you know, that's been proven. All this has been scientifically proven, by the way, just for all those naysayers out there. Because we are oneness. Yeah, we are one. And that is the message right there. That's why. Because, you know, when we're all connected, and it's like, you know, we're all like a water droplet. But yet, you know, when we're all together, we can make a big ocean. You know, if we all join together, just like down here, being a soul tribe. So let's channel the divine spirit. The Council of Light. Yeah, I think a lot of people have been disillusioned about what goes on in the energy and what's in the ether, because the ether has a lot of energy that you can tap into. Now, you do have to be careful, because you have to make sure that you're tapping into the white light and not the false light. So, because, yeah, you were disillusioned because those were societal norms then. Yeah. But I release you with love and light. Maybe you started to do that in November. Yeah, you know, you're going to go through all these stages, and then you'll be able to release that old energy with love and light. That's what they're talking about here. And that's why you're stuck and you're not in the here or the there, because you have one foot in the past and one foot in your future. So just clearing up those past things, you'll be able to pull that other foot over and onto this side, and have this education, and know that this was just a bunch of societal norms that you were taught. And, you know, you were disillusioned for sure. But now, like, these helpers in subtle realms, it's a divine orchestration. Like, you know, unfortunately, people don't learn a lot of that stuff until they've passed over onto the other side. And when they leave this meat suit and their soul exits that human form or that animal form, you know, that's when all that information is just instantly downloaded, and you're just like, oh my God, I was so tricked, and, you know, but you need to have the confidence. Yeah. You really need to have that confidence to hold your ground with all of this stuff. Nothing more here, Spirit. But they will be reminded of who you are. Wonder who you are. They think they're above the law. That energy. Ladybugs, you might be seeing bugs. Yeah, and you're like, why can't you tell the truth? Yeah. That's all those lying and attacking that they did. And left you in quiet sadness. And look at that, 5D energy comes right out on it. Yeah, be the lights in reverse. This is something you're going to have to work on. And I channel for higher energies. Yeah, and the 5D energy came out too. And that's you going into the new timeline, into the new future for yourself. That's what that is, the new future. And it came right out on that. But it was sideways. That means you're halfway in and halfway out. Just like this card says, you're neither here nor there. Ooh. You're going to find, and you're finding the strength to do this, though. Enough of the trauma, because you're tired now, yeah. You don't know when, you don't know them like you think you do, yeah. You thought they're a certain way and they weren't. It's hard to repair that damage, you know what I mean? It takes a lot. You have to really spend a lot of time with yourself and figure that out. And see, and that's why this card's here. This is probably one of the main messages today, is to ground with Gaia, connect with Source, and start that journey of healing. Like, just focus on that little bit of light that you have in front of you. And, you know, that light will just grow and grow and grow. Oh, there's that inconsistencies again. Look, that was that ship that I was talking about. Ooh, got a lot to say here. Yeah, look, it came out. You moved on, but it's in reverse. See, it's keeping you trapped. That's keeping you held. Didn't that say something about being... There will be a return. Yeah, this energy is not going to return, so that's why you need to heal it. Okay. Okay, so they're saying to take the time to dive into spiritual books. And see, in here, they're talking about taking the time, too. Allow for time and space, and that's in reverse. So that tells me that space and time is not being allowed. Because they're saying here that if you take that time to dive into spiritual books and texts, study them carefully, they're there to help you understand fully some of the processes that you have experienced naturally. So that tells me that you are definitely some kind of priestess or mystic, earth angel. You're some kind of intuitive. There's something like, this is for somebody that has a lot of gifts. You still miss me, and it's in reverse. So you don't miss this energy. But that energy is still attached to you, so you need to try to flush that away as best you can. Remove as much as you can from your... Well, and there's even, look at that, diaper pins and everything. It is worth it. You might not think it is, but it is worth it. Yeah, you're wondering if you're having a hard time. I don't know who this is for, but I feel like you're having a really hard time to make that space for yourself and to think, like, is it worth it to think about that stuff in the past? And I know it probably doesn't seem like to go back into that energy. It is really hard to go back into that type of energy, but you know, it's the only way forward. Sometimes you have to let the bus roll backwards a little bit to go forward, you know, like, unfortunately, it's just the way it is. Like, you have to make that room. You can't, the spirit cannot bring in more if you don't have all your basics, if you don't have that foundation in place. Okay, so what is I forgive you, but you can't be a part of my energy? Don't dim your light. Someone has unmet needs. And you have that deep knowing, like you know that that person's needs are not being met. And this is in reverse too. Closure. Yeah, well, this will bring closure. And saying, when you get to the point where it says, I forgive you, but you can't be a part of my energy, that is your closure. For you, that is your healing. But this is in reverse. So it's always going to be there. There's not going to be a closure. So you're always going to feel like your needs are never going to be met. And look, now the candle's in. So look, you didn't mean it. I don't know what that means, Spirit. They said the person that it's meant for, the people it's meant for, they'll understand. So it didn't mean something. I don't know what that is. Okay, so what is for this one here? The Great Gathering. See, once you're able to release this old stuff, your soul tribe, you'll start finding your soul family. You know, really, and if you're here, then you're part of a soul family already. Because there's no judgment here. Look, inconsistencies. That came up 3 times, this inconsistency. See, you keep going through these waves of emotions, I think. And it's upsetting your balance. Yeah, because you're like, you don't love me. See, when you look in the past, it's probably what you're finding, that this individual doesn't love you. And that's okay, because you know what? Your soul family does. Commitment. Yeah, this person didn't have any commitment to you. And someone is unhappy, but that's not going to be you. Lies and partial truths. There you go. See, that's what you're dealing with. Overstep boundaries. Yeah, you know what, Spirit? Let's just help. Like this individual understands what's going on here. So how about we just move on from this and give them some solutions. They're just telling me to read this. Principalities. They want me to read this card. I don't know where maybe this is the book. Angelic activations. I don't know, are these in alphabetical order, I wonder? I've never read this. I've just got this deck there and I haven't really worked with it much. So it says, the principalities, whose name means rulers, are the angelic protectors of spirituality and spiritual tests. They provide us with strength when things get tough. They have a strong connection with world leaders and with activists, particularly those who want to make ugly, compassionate changes. Or ugly? Where did I get that from? What is happening to my eyes? I swear, it's weird. They provide us with strength when things get tough. They have a strong connection with world leaders and with activists, particularly those who want to make truly compassionate changes to our planet. On a personal level, they encourage our inner leader, support our inner strength, and inspire us to find peace. These angels are an incredible support for those who want to enter spiritual study and will guide us to the sacred halls of learning in the inner worlds of heaven. So the extra guidance here is be carving out time and energy to do your spiritual study. And that's like right here, it just keeps coming up here. And maybe you're thinking it's not worth all that time, but it truly is. Let's see. You make a clear declaration to the universe that you are ready to be taken to the next level. If you have felt overwhelmed by some of your past experiences, it's essential for you to do some digging now in order to have a greater understanding of your experiences and some of the wounds you have healed. When you get so far on the spiritual path, you often go through challenges, processes that are ultimately initiations that will take you to the next step. Trust in the process. And that's why they were saying here to trust in the universe, whatever card that was. Yeah, trust the universe. And the activation is I am willing to learn in order to teach. So that is the same message. Like that card, that was the first card that I pulled out actually. And then this whole reading that's what it was all about. See what I mean? How they do that? Anyway, that's really beautiful. And I knew angels were here because I have these cold chills all over me. And I only get that to that degree when the angels are here. So the angels are here to help you. And they are here specifically to help you with your inner guidance. And with that, Spirit, I'm going to close this reading. Thank you for all the energies that have come. Thank you, angels. And thank you, gods, that are going to lead your people to this reading to help them move forward and to just remind them that we are one. You're not here nor there, and you're always going to live in this back and forth inconsistency until you're able to deal with all this pain and get all the education that you need out of it, and then ask them that you're ready for the next step. But, be prepared, because they're going to have to bring like that knowledge. That's what they're saying. Like that knowledge is power if you know how to use it. So they're saying that once you learn a lot of this stuff, you'll learn that, these are all just lessons for us. And how you handle those lessons is if you pass them or not. So, and then you go to the next stage. So for all the intuitive beings out there that are finding this, welcome. It's a journey. It certainly is. And with that, I'm going to just close this reading. So have a good day. And if you wouldn't mind, sprinkle a little bit of love on that like and share button. That'd be great. Thank you. Have a good day.